Hey, what's up? Unbiased Buckets here. Most NBA teams have a pretty solid future, but which teams have the brightest? Here are my picks for the brightest futures in the NBA. To begin, a team that I think a lot of people will agree have a pretty bright future is the Memphis Grizzlies. To state the obvious, I think Ja Morant is a pretty big reason why this team is here, but I think a lot of people overlook how good the rest of the team is. Not including Ja Morant, some notable players that they have are Brandon Clark, Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Zaire Williams. This isn't even mentioning their really deep bench full of young talent. I think a big reason why these players are overlooked on the team is because maybe they don't have the star potential that Ja Morant, with exception of Jaren Jackson Jr. But overall, these guys are just young and really good. And I think that even if this team didn't have Ja Morant, they'd still potentially make this list. Now that's enough for the Grizzlies. Moving on to my next team, I have the Oklahoma City Thunder. I think overall, the Oklahoma City Thunder's young core is very overlooked. This is obviously because they haven't really won many games in the past few seasons, but what most people fail to see is that they've been sitting a lot of players intentionally just to lose. Just last season, they sat out arguably their three best players in Josh Giddey, Luguentz Dort, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I expect something very similar this next coming season as Chet Holmgren is out for the season. Given another season, and if this team is healthy, I really think they could make the playoffs. This isn't purely because of their players with star potential though, it's also because of their young players that can play a great role on the team. This includes players like the aforementioned Luguentz Dort, Jalen Williams and Jalen Williams, Aaron Wiggins, Jeremiah Robinson-Earl, and Teo Maledon. All of these players, along with higher potential guys like SGA, Chet, Josh Giddey, and another potential high draft pick, make for one of the brightest futures in the league. This isn't even mentioning their absurd amount of draft picks. Moving on from the Thunder, my next team is the Boston Celtics. Fresh off of a finals run, this team is bound to make many more finals in the future. Starting off, they have their two stars in Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, and they also have some great role players in Robert Williams and Grant Williams. All four of these guys are not even in their prime yet and have proven themselves in the league already. The fact that this team has already made the finals makes you question how much better will they get and how many rings will they win. Moving on to the last team of this video, the Cleveland Cavaliers. To start, they have a 3 all-star core of Jared Allen, Darius Garland, and the new addition of Donovan Mitchell. To add to this, they have some great players with really high potential such as Evan Mobley and Isaac Okoro. This team was already very good last season, and now that their young players are even better, and with the addition of Donovan Mitchell, I think they're going to be very good next season and for years to come. If the Donovan Mitchell trade works out, I expect this team to be very good for the better part of this next decade. Well, that's it for this video, but before I go, here are some honorable mentions. These being the Rockets, Magic, Warriors, Pistons, and the New Orleans Pelicans. Alright, well that's it. Let me know if you agree, disagree, or if I'm an idiot. See ya.